Good evening. How's it going? We are live, and I'm going to be doing Q&A. I've got some questions already from some of the SF Fitness members. What I also want to talk about a little bit is kind of thing that came up a couple of days ago. I did two of our members' measurements back to back, and they were both really surprised with the results. It was kind of almost the exact same reaction, but one was up, one was down. So I want to go through that and kind of explore why they were surprised and stuff, and how you can use that to help you stay on track more and figure out what works best for you. Before we get into everything, do me a favor, let me know that you're here. So say hi, give me a like, love, haha, or wow, and yeah, just say hi, let me know you're here. Also, we've got a seminar coming up in SF Fitness on the 16th of May. So it's Wednesday, the 16th of May. It'll be about 7 o'clock in the evening time. And what it is, it's a kickoff seminar for our Get Back in the Game Transformation Challenge. So this is the second time we've run this at SF Fitness. First time it was massive success, and we've made some good few changes to this one as well to make it even more effective. But essentially, in terms of the seminar, what it is, I'm going to run through the entire plan and basically show you what our members did the last time to get amazing results. And we are going to kind of basically give you the plan, show it to you. And obviously, it's for people who are doing the challenge, but if you're not doing the challenge, or you're interested in maybe doing the challenge but aren't sure, come along to the seminar and yeah, just get all the great info and stuff like that. In terms, let's see who's going. Caroline's here, Kira's here, Ruth's here. Hey guys, how are we doing? In terms of the seminar, people often might say, "Oh, like, well, what's a seminar going to give me? I just need more motivation," or you know, what am I going to get from a seminar? I just need to stick with a plan, or I just can't seem to stick with a plan, or I'm too busy, or I'm too blah blah blah. And this is kind of where I want to go with the measurements that I took of two of our members that came in, measured them, told one of them they were down in weight, told the other one they were up in weight, and they were both like, "Oh, I thought it would be the other way around." And our thoughts can get in our way an awful lot. And the whole thing about like, I thought, because, you know, and I'll ask them, okay, why did you think that was going to be different? And they say, oh, well, I had a busy week and I didn't make great food choices. I thought I was going to be up in weight. Or the other one would have been, oh, well, I thought I've been eating really healthily. I've been eating well. You know, kind of, why isn't it down? It's our thoughts about our results, or thinking we should get a specific result, is often what sabotages us a lot, because fitness and changing your body shape should be more of a test to see if we're getting results, as opposed to, oh, I'm going to do something and it's guaranteed results, because you can't guarantee results because things change. People are unique and individual. I'll give you an example in terms of, for me, just something like from one week to another. So I've one of these kind of, you know, activity trackers. And if we look at my last week, see if we can see that, there's about 22,000 calories over the course of the week that I burnt. And this is just general activity and stuff. And then if we look at here, this week is 19,000. So you know, I'm not going to burn another 2,000 calories today unless I start doing, like, run a marathon or something. So there's about 2,000 calorie difference from one week to another. So these are why things don't necessarily change, that we might be more inactive one week than another week. We may be more active one week and another, and our weight's down, we're not expecting it. So there's a lot of factors at play in terms of, you know, kind of your body shape and kind of even including in fitness, in order to get results. That it shouldn't be, I do this and I get results. It should be, I've done this, I'm going to test it. Did it work? Yes or no? If it worked, great. Now, what did you do? So we always encourage our members, like in terms of all our members at SF Fitness, we track every single workout that they do. We'll also ask them to track their food. Now, the more you track, the more you pay attention. These activity trackers are kind of cool for that as well. That the more you track what you're doing, the more you can kind of see, it was okay, well, I didn't do that this week versus I did that the last time and that worked. So if we track what we're doing, we can basically create a template that then we can just basically repeat each week, like copy and paste. And that really is the key to getting results, because when I sit down with potential members of SF Fitness, people who want to join, they come in and I ask them kind of like, what do they want and what's holding them back? A lot of them will explain that I can be really good for 2 weeks, or a couple of days, or during the week I'm really good, or even during the day I'm really good. It's the evening times that I find so hard. And a lot of this comes down to like society's knowledge almost of food and what we should be eating versus what actually works in terms of kind of reality. That there's so much misinformation out there that we think if we don't eat any sugar, we're guaranteed to lose weight. Well, that's not the case. If we don't eat any fat, we're guaranteed to lose weight. Well, that's not the case. If we start exercising, we're guaranteed to lose fat. That's not the case. So there's no there's one absolute. If you eat less than you burn off, you will lose weight. The only kind of caveat to that is maybe a little bit of water retention if you start if you're just starting exercising. But apart from that is fat is stored energy, food is energy. What we put into our body versus what we're burning off. We need to create a decent deficit or a gap between the two, preferably on the burning off side versus the consuming side, and then we're going to lose weight. That really is it. Now, how you lose weight is the big thing. And that's what we kind of are going to show in this seminar, is actually the how to restrict your energy intake as opposed to restricting your food choice intake. Okay. So I'll never, ever, ever recommend someone to restrict their food choices to the point where they're not enjoying their lives, because there's things like in terms of like just societal, is that a word? Societal enjoyment, or just social enjoyment. There we go. Like in terms of like food with the family, with your colleagues, with your friends, enjoying, there's calories around those occasions. So the idea is if you start restricting those occasions and restricting what you can do during those occasions, even if it's just a simply family dinner, that I've spoken to a lot of mothers and they're like, they eat differently to their kids because they think I have to eat differently because I want to lose weight. I said, no, you just have to eat less. And it may not even be for dinner. It's just eat less over the course of the day, over the course of the week. But what I find a lot of people are doing is that they're trying to be too good, and their idea of what they think they know they need to do to lose weight is too extreme or it's too hard. And if it's too hard, then what will happen is they'll give up. They'll fall off the wagon and self-sabotage, but it's not really self-sabotage or anything like that. It's simply a matter of what you're trying to stick to is too hard. It's too restrictive. And during the seminar on May the 16th is what we're going to show you how to kind of minimize restriction. Definitely on food choice wise, we obviously have to restrict energy in. That's the only way you can lose weight, is by restricting the amount of energy coming in, but to a sustainable point. Obviously restricting it too much and being hungry all the time and not having any energy, that's no good for us either. So please pop up if you have any questions, pop them up in the comment section here. I have them down on my laptop here, I can see them, and loads of people coming on line, which is cool. So any questions, pop them in. Stuff I'm talking about, and I'll answer them. Also, just if you found what I've even said there useful, give me a like, love, haha, or wow. Show me some love, as they say. Now, we have some comments, but where are they? I'm going to try and find them because sometimes they scroll through. So I'm going to try and find them on my phone. Oh, what I also want to do is I'm going to share it. Actually, do me a favor. If you think someone, if you think you've people, friends on Facebook who would think this is useful, share this onto your wall now, and they'll get to see it a lot easier, and that'll be helpful. Let me share it in my Facebook group as well. I know I've got a question from Lou already. Really good question, Lou. Give me 2 seconds and I'm going to get to that now. Does this work though? Maybe. Yes, perfect. Lovely. So Lou had a question, and Lou was asking about eating after a workout. Is it important, and what could I suggest to eat? So this will be my first question today, and Lou knows I love asking questions because we need specifics. So in terms of eating after a workout, is it important? Well, it depends on what the goal of the workout was. So I think in terms of coming from me, the goal of any workout should be to improve your fitness, improve your strength, improve your movement, and just improve your day-to-day capabilities. And so in terms of when you're working out like that, you need to recover from that workout. So if you've pushed yourself and done a challenging enough workout, you've basically you've depleted your body. You've also put some micro damage into your muscles, and your body needs to repair that. So eating after a workout and replenishing the nutrients you've lost and kind of starting the kind of whole repair and recovery process is really, really important. However, the time that you eat, you don't have to kind of, wolf down something within 20 minutes or anything like that. You're not going to lose all your gains, as they say, if you don't eat instantly after a workout. But I would suggest definitely eating, and not letting yourself go hungry or something like that. Some people actually do. They have kind of asked me, and said like, I train at 7 o'clock at night. So at 8 o'clock, half 8, when I get home at night, it's too late to eat. So I don't eat. So that means they've not eaten then from, maybe 6 p.m. or even earlier. They've done their workout, and then they're not going to eat till 6 or 7 o'clock the next morning for breakfast. So that's something that I wouldn't recommend, that leaving a huge long gap between kind of eating from a workout. It's your body needs nutrients to replenish and recover, so that when you come in and do your next workout, you're a little bit fitter, a little bit stronger, a little bit more capable to do it. Losing weight. Yeah. So Lou, in terms of like eating after a workout, like when it comes to pure weight loss, that your workouts are only a tiny part of the whole weight loss effect. Okay. What I generally say in terms of exercise, in terms of benefit wise, you're going to get way more other benefits than weight loss from exercise, in terms of even the percentage of what you're getting. So, kind of in terms of the effect the exercise has on weight loss is probably very small, just because we can't burn that amount of, huge amount of calories unless we're going off running marathons and that kind of thing. So with regards to losing weight, your other goals of exercise will be maybe if you're doing some strength training, resistance training, toning exercises to help you keep your muscle mass, because we've got to remember is muscle is stored energy as well. So when you're losing weight, you're essentially losing energy. Your body's going to lose fat or muscle. It's not really picky or selective. It'll lose a bit of both. But if you do exercise that tells your body to keep muscle, that'll help you kind of lose more fat than muscle, which means that you'll shape up and tone up and kind of generally faster, better. There's a little bit of metabolism enhancement as well from those type of workouts. But the other benefits that we've got to focus on in terms of exercise wise is our fitness. It's good for our mental health. It's good for our movement, our mobility. Like I said, our day-to-day capabilities of like even just things like picking shopping bags in and out of cars. I'm only thinking of like what have I done today in terms of movement wise? There's all these things, twisting, turning, pushing, pulling, that if we get our body stronger and fitter, more capable, then doing all those little day-to-day activities, don't take as much of a toll on our body over the course of years, etc. A lot of our members, at SF Fitness, because we specialize in fitness for over 45s, that really a lot of our members come in and they just don't feel flexible. They don't feel stiff. They feel tighter. They have aches and pains kind of happening in their body. And the reason is because they've stopped moving so much. And we just kind of put in a plan that's, gets them moving more. Now, a lot of them will come going, I'd like to do some fat and I'd like to tone up as well. But the exercise side of things is the small part of that. The, kind of nutrition, weekly accountability of measurements and stuff like that. That's the bigger part. And it's also the big part of what we're doing with the Get Back in the Game challenge, is that we're essentially what it is, you partner up with someone. So when you do that, you now have an accountability partner. You have someone that relies on you, and you're obviously relying on them for support. But it also means that you're going to stick with it for longer because of someone beside you. Also, we've thrown in a lovely little carrot at the end that there's €1,000 each to the winning pair. So it's a €2,000 prize for the winning pair. So again, it's something that we can kind of go, okay, there's a big prize at the end of this. It's 6 or 7 weeks. That's all I've got to do. And it's a focused, intense effort. But the big thing for us at SF Fitness is we love the mindset shifts of people to kind of go, oh, okay, I can lose weight. And it's not I didn't need to be as restrictive in my food choices or to, exercise every day or whatever it is. To kind of show them that there is a really good sustainable approach that you can use that, again, makes kind of sticking to something, much, much easier rather than going, it can be good for that 2 weeks. Because anybody can be good for a short period of time in terms of good. I'm not going to eat any sugar. I'm going to cut out bread. I'm going to, stop eating this. I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to, and they do this extreme thing, but again, so extreme that they lose a lot of their social enjoyment, just day-to-day enjoyment and stuff like that. Or some of the things like meal prep and 28 meals for the week on a Sunday and that kind of thing. Great if you've got the time for that. If you've got the patience for that. When I was younger in my 20s, I did stuff like that. But, I've got a baby on the way. We've got a family at home to look after. That is just you don't have time to be doing all that stuff. And you don't need to be doing all that type of stuff. What you do need to do is, like I said at the start, is test things. Did what I do last week work? To record what you did last week and kind of repeat and rinse essentially until you get the results that you're looking for, until you figure out going, actually, that works really well for me. But essentially, that's what we want to show you with the Get Back in the Game seminar on the 16th of May, is to show you how to stick with a plan for longer, to show you that you don't need to restrict your food choices, and to show you the most effective ways of getting yourself in shape, and to teach that kind of long-term habits and lifestyle changes, so that the results that you get within the 6 or 7 weeks are continued on way after it as well. So if you're finding this useful, guys, give me some likes, loves, haha, and wows. Gains, Lou. That's exactly it, Lou. We're all about the gains. Again, any more questions, shout out, let me know. I'll see who's on. Aaron, how are you? Good to see you on. Donna's on, Ashlyn's on, Teresa's on, Brenda's on, Luann's on. Awesome. Again, fire questions at me, guys. I'm going to give it another 5 minutes or so. So any questions on anything at all, not just what I've talked about, not just on the Get Back in the Game challenge or the seminar, or water, fire them at me. Unless you're all delighted with your results, and in that case, I can go. But it was just something that I was even thinking tonight, having a burger for dinner, and it's just there were times where I'd almost kind of, when I was in my 20s especially, that, I wouldn't have the bread, and I said I can't have that. And I spoke to people on the phone. Actually, I spoke to a mother on the phone last week, who's coming in next week, that she was really kind of almost upset about the fact that I just don't want to be not eating potatoes, or kind of have to restrict that in front of the family. And you don't need to do that. You can eat potatoes and lose weight. You can eat spaghetti and lose weight. You can eat sugar and lose weight. You can drink gin and lose weight. You can basically do anything and lose weight except for eat more calories than you burn off during the day, because if that happens, you're going to make life very difficult for you, because you're putting in excess energy, and there's only one place that's going to go, and that's the storage. I am very well. Thank you very much, Aaron. Cool. So I'm just going to double check on my phone in terms of any more questions coming in. We will be creating an event page for the seminar, 16th of May again. So I'll pop that up. So if you want to come along, go onto the event page, and there'll be details on that as well. How do I go to this? But definitely in terms of the seminar that we're putting on, there will be a lot of light bulb aha moments where you'll kind of realize that, oh, I didn't realize that, or I thought that was different. And the great thing about when we do these seminars, the feedback that I get off it is the mindset shift it creates in people, that they go, they almost get a better belief in themselves. They're going, actually, I think I can do this. I think I can actually, kind of, if I follow this approach, it seems much more reasonable, let's say, much more doable. And that's the thing, is that you can have the, most strictest diet in the world, all organic, cutting out no sugar, dairy free, blah, 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 which is touted as healthy these days. But what sort of mindset does that create? I don't think it creates a healthy mindset. The reason why I say that is because I used to follow stuff like that until I realized that I was wrong. And it's a great thing figuring out stuff that you don't know. It's a great phrase. You don't know what you don't know. But if you have that view of yourself that I don't know what I don't know, so that means I can learn more. And it means there's always something new to learn. There's always something, there might be another way that I'm not 100% sure or I'm not aware of. But if there's another way, it gives me much more belief in I can figure out a solution for this, whether it's in business, whether it's in whatever. But thinking you know what to do, which a lot of people do say when it comes to the fitness and kind of changing your body shape, they a lot of say, so I know what to do. I just can't seem to stick with it, or I can't seem to do it. It's a very dangerous belief to have, that you know what to do, because it obviously, in terms of, it comes from that we think, in terms of, we know how to eat healthy and that kind of thing. But if you think you have to do something that's so disruptive to your lifestyle, there's no way you're going to be able to stick with it. And why would you bother? Why would you stick with it? Where if you come with the opinion, well, maybe this is a different approach. Maybe I don't have to be as restrictive. As I said, like there was one of the members that I measured last week, popped them on our InBody analyzer, and I said, okay, great, you're down a pound. He said, really? But I was really busy. I was just grabbing food on the go. And I was like, yeah, but you didn't grab too much food on the go. And it's as simple as that. And I'm you could see it's kind of a bit of a light bulb moment going off to go, yeah, that makes a lot of sense that, again, it's not the food choices, it's the amount of calories in those foods. And calories are dangerous little buggers, because there's a lot of calories in some small amount of quantity of food that it's almost like you might feel like, well, I didn't eat that much. But you put a lot of calories in. You might not have been full, you might still have been hungry. But if you put a lot of calories in, and then vice versa, like I had an ice pop today, and I just checked at the end, and I think there was like 65 or 95 calories in the ice pop. And I was like, excellent. It's only 100 calories. Brilliant. Have another one. But again, for something like that, for me, if I can have an ice pop and it's only 100 calories, it's not going to significantly alter my daily intake. Well, then I'm onto a winner. And that's what you should be looking out for, foods that you can eat on a much longer basis. There you go. Ruth said, seminar will be more awesome this year because all the awesome coaches, we'll all be speaking. So we'll all be good. Except for Keane, because he's got exams and it would be mean to make him do that. What are my thoughts on training when tired? Is there much point, or wait till an energy burst? Another good question. So, we got to look at, let's say, training versus exercising. So, putting like training and trying to, kind of, let's say, improve some sort of measure of fitness or strength. So pushing yourself in a workout, trying to kind of, improve on the last workout. If you can't recover properly from that, well, then yes, you need to dumb down the kind of intensity of the training session. But being active, let's say if you look at, we generally rate exercise with a rate of perceived exertion. Okay, so you can say like 10 is like, my eyes are bulging out of my head, I cannot speak, I'm about to puke type of intensity. Whereas 1 is I'm lying on the couch and somebody's feeding me Doritos or something like that. So most workouts should be around about the 7 to 8 intensity. And yes, you can bump up to the 9 or 10 every now and again, but that's only if you can optimally recover from them. So if you're looking at a normal training session, 7 or 8, well, if you do a 5 or 6 or a 6 or 7, and you can recover from that better, well, then if you can recover from that better, you're going to get better benefits from that, you're probably going to be able to do more of those workouts in a week. And really, when it comes down to it, and this is, I have a pet hate with high intensity interval training, because it's all about, let's push as hard as we can, push till we're about to puke, push till we're about to fall over. But if you the difference in calories that you would burn in 30 minutes from a 6 or a 7 out of 10 to like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 is negligible in terms of actual weight loss. So in terms of actual weight, in terms of kilograms of weight or grams of weight or pounds in weight, 1 pound of fat is roughly the equivalent of 3,500 calories. Your workouts are probably anywhere from 200 to 400 or 500 calories, depending on how hard it is. So if you go from a 6 or a 7 to a 7 or an 8, you're maybe talking 50 extra calories at a maximum. But that's not going to, what's that going to do in terms of 3,500 calories? It's not going to take a huge chunk out of that. Even 100 calories or 200 calories. And that's why things like, but I walk every day. But you burn 200 calories in your walk every day. You're still not burning anywhere near the enough amount of calories that you could by restricting your energy intake. So that was a really good question, Lou, in terms of make sure you're not doing too intense style of exercise and kind of dumb it down. Kira, who's pregnant at the moment, if you didn't know. Do you think it's okay to use MyFitnessPal tracking while pregnant? Yes, absolutely, because you still have a certain amount of calories that you are required to eat on a day-to-day basis, and you don't want to be eating too little. So MyFitnessPal can be used, in terms of to track and see how we're going on that, and that we're not actually eating too little. But for pregnant people, it's generally maybe not that much of an issue. But love your diet today, John. Burger and ice pops. Yeah, burger and ice pops and pancakes for breakfast. There we go. But here's the thing. I was having a conversation. I can't remember who it was. Having a conversation with someone. I think it was yesterday. I eat a lot of calories at the weekend. I know I'm going to eat a lot of calories at the weekend. So I eat less calories during the week. So I showed you my phone earlier. I'm going to pull it up again. And this is something that it makes so much sense when you think about it. That your fat storage or your ability to lose fat or your ability to be healthy or whatever like that isn't dictated by one meal or one day. It's dictated by a week, a month, a year. Do you know what I mean? It's this bird's eye view. So if I look at this week, I burned 19,000 calories this week, right? So in order for me to maintain my weight or stay where I'm at, I'm going to have to eat 19,000 calories. Or I would have had to have eaten over the course of the week 19,000 calories. If I eat more than that, I'm going to gain weight. If I eat less than that, I'm going to lose weight. But it doesn't matter. I could have eaten all those 19,000 calories today and starved myself for the 6 days prior to it. I'm still not going to get fat because I'm at my maintenance. Now, again, eating 19,000 calories in one day is nonsensical. It's not going to happen. But if we, let's say, split that up and said, let's say I ate 2,000 calories over the course of 5 days, that's 10,000. Now I can eat 4,500 calories on Saturday and Sunday, and I'm going to maintain weight. Now, I have the fortunate height on my side. I'm 6'2". I have a lot of muscle mass on my body, so my metabolism, I burn off a lot of calories. But as I said, as I get to, with the exercise that I'm doing, I get hungrier and that kind of thing, and I've got to deal with all that. So the big kind of key with diet, specifically when we're looking at losing weight, is what did you do over the course of the entire week in terms of how much did you eat? And then what I love doing is messing around with my week. So on certain days, like definitely Thursday mornings, I find it really easy just not to eat till about lunchtime. So I just take a huge amount of chunk of calories out. Now I've got to make sure is that I don't drive home hungry, because I generally then, if I get home, I just eat too much. So what I do is I eat just before I get in the car, and I eat foods that fill me up, so that I know that when I get home, I'm going to leave space, time to have dinner, etc. And I eat about half the amount of food that I normally would. And that works for me, because then I add it on to a Sunday and have burgers and chips. And no, I didn't have chips, burgers and ice pops and pancakes. Cool. Any more questions, guys? I'll be happy to answer them. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Maria, how are you? Who else is on? Tanya and Aoife and Angela. Angela, I haven't seen you in years. How the hell are you? Cool. So 1 or 2 more minutes, and any more questions, fire them at me. Last time, give me some likes, loves, ha-has and wows, and yeah, I'll pop up the event page for the seminar, because I definitely should come to the seminar, irrespective of whether you want to do the challenge or not. But definitely come to the seminar, because it's going to be mind-blowing. Really will, in terms of the information that we're showing in this, because we know from talking to our members, from the last Get Back in the Game challenge that we did, that it really does alter your mindset and your approach that you will take with you, in terms of just keeping your body healthier, fitter, etc. Thanks for all the loves and the likes, guys. Appreciate it. I see them all popping up. No more questions. Somebody give me a sad face. Why did somebody give me a sad face? Don't be sad, whoever that was. All right, cool. Any more questions after the fact? If you're not watching live, I should have said that earlier, because these get posted around all the time. If you're not watching live, do ask me questions. I'll be happy to come back and answer them. But I shall love you and leave you for tonight. Good night, God bless, and see you later.